Matt, you're putting out a video on Friday. I ran a ton of errands on Monday. I don't have to do anything today. There was some light rain. I don't want to leave the house. And we can have too much fun with this Artemis stuff. Oh my gosh, it's so much fun. NASA releases stunning first images of Earth taken by the Artemis 2 astronauts. Wait till you see. It doesn't even look as good as the blue marble picture that they faked in 1969. What are they trying to pass off here? And what cheap AI program are they using? They're insulting our intelligence. But first this. White House seeks massive increase in defense spending with 1.5 trillion ask in new budget request. Let's get this out of the way first. As usual, the CNN AI bot can't write. It can't disseminate the fake news that it gets from its Ministry of Information to form a normal sentence. AI bot, White House seeks massive increase in defense spending, asking for 1.5 trillion in the budget that it's proposing. Then it has to be approved by Congress, but it's all fake anyway, so what does it matter? Who writes like this with 1.5 trillion ask? You put that in your high school paper and see what grade you get. But let's get back to the number. I haven't looked. I didn't look today. The last time I remember looking at defense spending, I think it was around 850 to 900 billion a year. So let me get this straight. You need a $600 billion increase, not a $60 million increase, a $600 billion increase. Folks, this is reality going plaid. To what? Because of what's happening right now in Iran? You got air superiority, you got air supremacy. All you're doing over Iran, Tehran these days is dropping leaflets. Well, if the defense budget is going to inevitably creep over $1 trillion a year and NASA's spending $70 million a day, what are the people getting back in terms of what we can be proud of regarding this Artemis Moon mission? What do we have at the CNN homepage? We have a dot. We have a dot moving across an orange line. That's what we have at the CNN homepage. I guess the orange line shows you how far they got so far. Look, Mom, they're almost at the moon. The orange line is almost at the moon. There's a little dot at the CNN homepage, and they're not allowed to eat till they get to the moon. So if they're right about there, right now they're radioing back Houston on the radio going, I'm hungry. I want to eat this dried food in these vacuum-packed sealed packages. They're all right now, all the astronauts, they're bitching. I'm hungry. You can't eat till you get to the moon. Remember, that was our mission. I'm hungry. Well, here we are. The nasa.gov homepage. We'll get to the image in just a moment, but I want to reiterate what I mentioned to you the other day. They don't even own nasa.com. If you go out there, it looks like some website some kid in Beijing, China, fourth grader, put up last night. I appreciate NASA trying to save the taxpayer money, but you probably should have paid the extra $45 and gotten the .com and the .io and the .tv. I mean, this is not where you should be cutting back on what the taxpayer gives you. You should spend more money in faking your images and get the .com. Or actually, maybe if they would have got the .com, the image would look even worse because this is a low-budget image that came from a Hong Kong AI back room. They don't even fake the images themselves. This looks worse than the blue marble in 1969. NASA, if you're listening to me, this is an insult to my intelligence. Before I read the caption or what's under the image, one bit of good news. Under the image, it says NASA/Reed Wiseman. I think that's one of the astronauts. At least Getty Images doesn't control it yet. They will next week, of course. So they're not trying to get you $2 to use the image. At least I can use it, I think, as an American taxpayer. I think I actually have rights to this image in some way, although I'd probably get hit with some sort of copyright strike for using the image. But my tax dollars go to fund that fake program. Sorry. NASA astronaut and Artemis 2 commander Reed Wiseman took Wiseman. This is a big joke. Took Wiseman. There's always a play on words, isn't there? Took this picture of the Earth from the Orion spacecraft's window after completing the translunar injection burn. I did that to my AI girlfriend last night. She got the translunar injection burn, and she's still recovering, but it's an AI girlfriend. There are two auroras, top right and bottom left, and zodiacal light. Oh boy, you got to work that shit in. They can't resist. We read this together. I don't do this ahead of time. Is visible as the Earth eclipses the sun. No. They didn't. They didn't. They're trying to say that they got the exact eclipse. Oh, you can't make this up, folks. You cannot make this up. I don't even know what to say. I mean, I didn't think they would go this far. Wow, I need to just recover here and pause. I mean, I understand why I had to just take a moment. I had to reread it, but it is as plain as it can be. It says the light coming through is because the Earth in this image is eclipsing the sun. An exact one on top of the other, like two milled quarters from the same machine, the same way the moon eclipses. I just can't believe they're trying to pull this off. If anything were real, and I'm no aeronautical engineer or anything, the chances on some random trajectory to fly by the moon to get a perfect image of the Earth eclipsing the sun, this by itself would be, if anything were real, I know nobody travels nowhere, it would be one in billions to get this image, but they got it. It is unbelievable how brazen and the gall of these people on what they pull on the American idiot. I sat here for another 45 seconds, and I'm sorry if I'm a little off my game. We do this together. I'm not prepared ahead of time. You see the problem here. If the sun is if the sun is behind the Earth, the picture would be black. That's night. Am I missing something here, guys, or have they just completely? I don't know what they've gone magenta. It's after plaid. Am I missing something? If the sun is, it says right there, am I missing something? I have to be, right? If the Earth is eclipsing the sun from the perspective of Neil, whoever took the picture, and it's one is fitting exactly over the other, again in a 1 in 1 trillion coincidence, then there'd be no light to reflect back to the camera. That side would be night. Am I missing something here, or did they just try to pull the ultimate retard test off on the American people? Okay, I sat here quietly for another minute thinking about all the possibilities. All right, the little dot, bottom right. I just figured it was they're put in a fake star or something, or a twinkle twinkle. Are they saying that? They can't be saying that's the sun. It looks tiny because of the perspective of the camera. But see, even if that was the sun, that little dot, bottom right, and that's projecting the glow of the sun's rays onto the Earth, then that would be the same thing. The side we're seeing would still be night. It would still be black. So what's the difference? Oh my God! I'm thinking maybe I've lost it. There's no way they would do this. I must be missing something. Maybe I'll just load this now. I'm so shocked. Because I'm shocked. If they're trying to pass this off, this is unbelievable. If I'm completely misinterpreting what it's saying here, then maybe I'm losing it, and I should step down in terms of whatever I do on this channel. But it says the Earth is eclipsing the sun. That is from the perspective of the person taking the picture. And I went out to the NASA YouTube channel, which is a live feed for hour after hour after hour, showing the video footage from Orion. So this is a still shot. But trust me, if you watch this for 20 minutes, it doesn't get any better. I didn't just happen to collect the still when everything was faded or oversaturated. This is what you get. This is what they have. Some other images if you go back a few hours of like a nose cone but it's a little bit better quality. But this is what you get. This is the image or a still shot from the recent live feed. And there's how many idiot thousands and thousands of fanboys are watching the live feed, and they're so impressed, and I don't even know what to say. Guys, here let's just not be completely caught off guard if we start talking about these sorts of things with our family and friends, like I warned you about just a video or two back. They have perfect video ready to go if they need it. I think, as usual, the Not Milk tests the human, the Overton window, how much you can get away with, and then it retests, and then it retests, and it sprinkles some more, and it retests, and it samples again, and it retests. They have beautiful images ready to go. They will start with the biggest bunch of crap of all time, maybe to suck in the conspiracy people, to say, look what they're doing, they're showing us cartoons again. We have to be very careful. Because we'll spout our mouths saying, look at this nonsense to our family and friends. Then 2 weeks later, they'll come back. Here's the 4K images or the 8K images, and everything will be perfect. And if we're not careful, it'll make us look like absolute idiots. Or it's simply, again, the test, retest of what they can get away with. They will start with the crappiest images, and if people push back and they're watching every single comment and they're reading every single tweet and they're watching every single YouTube video, If people are starting to push back, the Whopper computer that manages the internet in real time will know there's 10,000 people complaining, where are the great images? There's 40,000 people complaining. There's 190,000 people complaining. There's 1 million people complaining. Where are the great images? Where's the 8K GoPro? Then it'll start feeding all AI, of course. Not one will be real or legitimate, of course. Then it will start feeding the higher quality images if the people, per what it's monitoring on the web, demand it. But if we start, again, be very careful. You start telling your family and friends, well, what a coincidence, just got cartoons and horrible images. And then they'll come with 4K in 10 days from now, or they have it all ready to go. Be very careful if you're going to make a presentation to your family or friends. Thanks.